Hey, women are necessary, they're important, they're special, and you must have one. I mean, life will just end if there are no women around. But life also, these same things can happen with a woman. I know that people who are married have a better experience and more opportunities to succeed because each is going to bring their little world to their little party, and then it's going to be a whole world. They're half of the world. But I think that women are good when it comes to analyzing stuff and showing you the women's factor. When it comes to the men factor, I see women a lot of times tell men what to do, and they end up with problems. I mean, I'm talking about those things that men supposed to know for themselves or from other men. I recall not so long ago, maybe a decade or more ago, women were saying that, oh, we need men that are very sensitive, men that are very helpful in the home and so on. And you know, a lot of fellas follow that pattern and they end up becoming very domesticated. Next thing you know, the woman just have no respect for him because he's like a Jamaica. Then not in Jamaica. You hear a whole variety of things. But what I really want to talk about is women encouraging the men to destroy themselves. I was in Los Angeles County, and this guy tells me, "Say, man, my wife, she's cool, bro. Man, we just smoke together, you know. She don't have no problem with that. In fact, she just brings some stuff in sometimes. I said, baby, I got the stuff. Let's go and smoke." Both of them kind of like out of mind. He told me one day he was in a party, and he told her, he said, "Baby, look, that fella feeling messy with me. You know, you watch me like that. I feel." She said, "No, baby, I watching out for you, man. Cool it, man. No dig nothing." So he was like either geeking or he's like lost his mind already. He figured like this guy is bothering him, but the guy was just doing his thing. Maybe he's looking at the girl, you know, away from him or something like that. But she wasn't the smartest woman because what she was doing, she was working for the county and she would stop by the pushing, buy whatever it takes. And I think it was bad because the cops could be, you know, surveilling that place and then they trace her down and stop her and pull her over and then she's done. Job done, sometime in jail and that's it. But the point is this, that this same guy whose wife is so cool, she's bringing the stuff in, he starts to have back problems. Now, I don't know what he's smoking, but what I've heard from people and so on is make stuff with what they have. You know, they use some bleach, they use some baby laxative, they use this, they use that, and put it together and try it and say, man, this is good, you know. And the combination sometimes of things, you know, have an adverse effect. And what I think happens a lot of times is that these chemicals work on dissolving the bones or affecting the bones in certain ways, even the discs in the between the vertebrae and the nerves and all that. They're dangerous because these people are not chemists and they don't know if they put a pound of bleach that they need to put something else to neutralize that at a certain level. And if it's less, some of that bleach can still be in there. It's not going to be interacted or reacted with nothing, and so it's going to be in there. And luckily, it's not to the level that you know it could hurt them. You know, obviously, like drop down and die. But it's dangerous, and so he's having back problems now. So what the wife is gonna say, man, listen, this weekend, me and them girls, we gonna have a party at home, just the girls. It's gonna be a girls' night out, and we can go shopping, and we're gonna go on the beach, and we can do all kind of girl stuff. Guess what they're doing? That's only for him to say, no problem, baby, I love you. Go on and come back. She gonna go to the party with her. She gonna pick up a nice little young boy, and the rest gonna pick up a young boy. So like it was 6 or 8 of them. For that weekend, man, they just sleeping all day, just screwing all the time, bro. It's like party time. So she gonna have like 8 little, you know, jaunts in that weekend, and that might be enough to last her maybe until the next, next horny time. So my point is this: that you be careful with your woman because she might try to please you and know you like to smoke this thing and encourage you in it. I mean, even if she's affected, her reaction is different because remember your boy got to get up and so on. You know, she just, you know, just watching the stars and just playing games and everything will be done. Sometimes when these guys discover happiness, it break their heart. But you put yourself in that position. You encourage her to bring you stuff. you should know better. You should know that when you harm yourself, is that things going to come to such a way that you're going to be by your mom when she's gone, and it's going to be very smooth. Oh, my mom is sick now, and I got to go and help her. I got to stay with her. I got to move in by her. And after it being like a little 3-4 months, and then she'll say, I know you have somebody. I think we should just end it right here, you know. so, so be careful what you do, man. Listen to a woman when it's, vital, when it's a discussion. But when it comes to like how you should deal with the boys out there, you got to be careful. For example, once I was crossing the country with my girl, and she said, that guy watching me like that, you wouldn't even tell him nothing. What should I tell him? You tell him. You gonna tell him what you need to tell him. I don't need to tell him nothing, because I'm not gonna get fight with nobody, man. Sometimes you pick up this girl right right in the community where she lives and everything else, and one of them homeboys that she robbed or she owes something and so on, he comes up and says, baby, you gotta, I need my stuff right now. And you jump in, you want to fight with the guy. The guy cut your neck and disappear, and then you come back around and tell her, baby, you know what? All them times we had, we couldn't get it finished. It's like, we need to finish that song, baby. And it's like, you're dead and she's gone. Or you get locked up in jail because you shot the wrong man, and she's free. She's going for some more long parties. In fact, she don't have to go for parties again. Somebody moves into the casa as soon as you take you down, and they say you get life in prison or 50 years in prison. When you come back out, you don't even know where she's at. She's in a different state.